despite Tyrese Halliburton's incredible heroics again, for the fourth time in this NBA playoffs, in the fourth straight series, Tyrese Halliburton comes up with a heroic game-winning or game-tying shot, as he's done several times throughout the season. And it was a great finish to NBA Finals Game 1, Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Pacers. But just as we talked about on this show and we talked about on this channel, despite some people, and if you do love basketball, the matchup between the Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder is actually really compelling for a variety of reasons. Two of the smallest markets in the league, in an NBA that has continued to push its audiences away for a variety of reasons, including political ones over the years. In Game 1 of the NBA Finals, ratings delivered exactly what we expected. Pacers Thunder Game 1 thriller draws near record low TV crowd. And it really is a record low.
It is a record low. You can't count the COVID stuff.
The only reason it's a near record is because they're counting the COVID years in that. If you discount the COVID stuff, the bubble stuff, if you discount that, Pacers Thunder Game 1 is the lowest rated NBA Finals in history. Bottom line, since they started recording the ratings in 1988.
Yep.
It's down significantly from last year, which before that had been a very, very low one in general.
They've all been low since post 2020, but this is embarrassingly low.
It is.
They
really
were
bad.
already starting underwater because they alienated half the audience in 2020. And now you got small market teams. That's definitely not going to help people want to watch.
Yeah, your normie general audience doesn't care about this matchup, despite having the MVP and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, despite having the Pacers go on this incredible run. And like I said, I was looking forward to this matchup, one, because it is fresh blood. As a basketball fan, it is fresh blood. The teams are built a little bit differently. I love the way the Pacers play. I love that it can be anybody on any given night, whether it's Nesmith, whether it's Siakam, whether it's Halliburton, like whatever, whether it's Obi Toppin. I love it. And I love watching their theatrics and their come from behind victories and shit like that, going up against a juggernaut team like the Thunder, who had the best record in the NBA this year. But normal audiences don't know these people and they don't care. And they're not tuning in. 8.91 million viewers, down almost 20% from last year's opener for Mavs Celtics, while earning the dubious distinction of being the least watched NBA Finals opener this side of the pandemic-blighted series in 2020 and 2021. It is the worst rate one on record, period, if you don't count the COVID shit, which is nuts. I mean, Will, did you watch the game?
No, I was driving home from work during the game. I caught the end of it, but I will be watching tonight. I'm interested in this from a betting perspective. I'm curious of how this is going to go. I don't know why the Thunder went small in the last 4 minutes of the game. Seemed kind of silly to me. I would expect them to go big tonight, have two bigs out there. They should be out rebounding Indiana, but they're not. And what's interesting is this, for this game, I'm curious if the Pacers figured something out, because if they did, it's going to be a long night for the Thunder. If you look at the first half of Game 1, they turned the ball over about 20 times, and then they turned it two more times quickly at the start of the third quarter. Then after that, it was only 3 more. So if the Pacers figured out how to not turn the ball over against this Thunder team, who's the best team in the league at turning the ball over and capitalizing on it, we might have a game tonight, you know? And I think a lot of people are expecting this to be like when the Thunder lost Game 1 to the Nuggets, and then they came out and won 146-105 or something like that against the Nuggets in Game 2. I'm not so sure. If you look at the betting market, Game 1 was -9.5, and after Indiana stunned them, you would think the line would go the other way, but no, they're 11-point favorites tonight. So the public, the betting markets, are expecting the Thunder to come in and win this game big. And this Indiana team, it doesn't matter how far ahead of them you get, they keep climbing back. So it's going to be a fun game tonight.
I think so too. And Rick Carlisle is a fantastic head coach, which is maybe got overlooked a little more than it should have, since he's gone there to Indiana. Was obviously with Dallas for a very, very long time, had a lot of success in Dallas. But yeah, when you combine the adjustments, the in-game adjustments, and then the just ball movement of the Pacers at any given time, and then when it does come down to it, Tyrese Halliburton on a legendary clutch run. I believe he's made 13 of 15 of his game-tying or game-winning shots in the last 5 seconds of the game this season.
He's turned into Robert Horry, man.
Yeah, but it's like Robert Horry did it a handful of times, and obviously in big moments. Tyrese Halliburton has done it in every series of this playoff run. He did it against the Bucks.
Yeah.
He did it against the Cavs. He did it against the Knicks, and then he did it in Game 1 of the NBA Finals against the Thunder.
They also have won both games. A lot of people think, oh, they steal one, they're good. But no, if you look at against the Cavs, they won both games on the road. Same with the Knicks. So who's to say they can't do it here tonight?
Yeah. Well,
I think for the Thunder, they need Chet to have a game. That was an embarrassing performance by him. He's got to show up tonight.
We shall see. But we might see, but not a whole lot of other people are actually tuning into this. Just like we thought it was going to be a ratings disaster, it absolutely is the biggest disaster they could have possibly imagined. Not even a comeback, game-winning shot. Not even that can get people interested in the NBA Finals.